So with Alec then, Collin, tell me what you guys saw during the program and how things are going for him.
Amazing. He has so much more self-confidence now. He's so proud of himself. I didn't realize how much that was missing until it was there.
Right.
That because he always kind of shied and hid away from attention, and now he's so proud of himself, and he has self-confidence because he can accomplish things, and he is caught up on his homework. Never,
awesome.
ever before would he be able to keep up on the homework, and not only keep up, but do it himself. Like, I would spend the whole evening prompting him and redirecting him and come on,
sitting right
get
next
it done,
to him.
and babysitting him, and now he'll say, "It's done, Mom," and I don't believe him.
Yeah.
I'm like, I want to check it. It's done.
Yeah.
It is done, and it's done correctly, and he's keeping up on it. And
that's awesome.
And his teacher told me that he still struggles a little with focus and attention, but he can get himself back on track, and she can get him back on track, and that is amazing to me.
Yeah, because you see where before when they couldn't at all, in 6 months, and that's the thing that the Sims I don't realize is you go, oh well, there's a few things that maybe aren't perfect. None of our kids are going to be perfect.
My gosh.
But to go from where we were 6 months ago with both of them, and same with my own kids, to where they were in even a 3 month period, but then the 6 month. It's night and day for these kids and for our families, and so like I said, even though maybe his 100% focus isn't there, he's a teenager.
I was gonna say he's probably normal, average,
typical like other kids. But you also see that now that he's moving, like you said, you were stuck. Our kids are literally stuck in certain areas, and they're not going forward.
Right.
Certain parts are, and that's where we see our kids get smarter and smarter, or more social, more athletic, or they're gaining skills. But the ones that are their weak skills, they're not getting better. They're kind of stuck. And so now that both of them are moving forward, they're going to continue to move forward. So he's only going to keep getting better and better over the next years. Yeah.
And they feel it, and you can tell they're just so proud of themselves.
Yeah.
Like, they're just self-motivated. It's like they have something to live for and to work for, because they're both happier.
Yeah.
Which, if anything, that's what I want, is just for them to be happy and proud of themselves. And I don't expect perfection. I don't care. I just, I don't want them to hurt themselves or think bad things about themselves, or just struggle constantly.
Yeah, always, because then that's what leads to all of that feeling bad.
Yeah.
Where they just feel like I'm getting in trouble all the time, or I'm always behind on my homework. That starts to wear down on these kids, especially when they're doing everything they can and they're trying.
Right.
And that's what we see with almost every one of our kids. They're not coming in and saying, I purposely want to not do my homework, or I purposely want to disobey Mom. They just cannot make it happen. And so it's very frustrating for all of them. Yeah. So tell me, we're so proud of you guys, and you guys are, amazing at the work that you guys put in, because this program is hard.
We have worked hard. We have been committed to it. We figured if we were going to do this, we were going to do everything we could so that we made the most of it.
Right, and that's exactly what happens, is the more that we do and the harder work that we do and sticking to the program, that our kids see better changes and they see them faster. It's not to say that we won't see them with other kids, but it might just take a little longer. But you were able to really put that effort in. And in fact, you guys drove quite a ways. How long did it take you? An hour? 45
Almost
minutes?
An hour
every
each
day
way.
From Cedar City. So 3 days a week. And in fact, last year you took your kids half day out of school, didn't you?
That's right, we did. We put this #1 first.
Right, and it's a hard thing to do sometimes. You're like, well, we have all these other activities, we need to go to school, and it depends on what status you're at. If you're at the breaking point and you're pulling your hair out, that's how I was too. Yeah. And you go, you know what? Everything else has to be put on hold. Yeah. And then life can maybe be normal and have a future, but right now, the way it's going, we're not going to be going down a good road. And so, I mean, it's something that is a big commitment. Yes. And we've always we love all of our families, but it's great to see families that are willing to do that, because it's something that is hard, and you have other children. Right. And so doing all that together is a big commitment, but as you said, it's definitely paid off.
Paid off. Yeah. Would do it again in a heartbeat. Yeah. Thrilled. Yeah, and I remember even in the beginning you going, oh wow, and I don't know if I can send this money, and every family does, but when you look back, you're like,
I would do that in a heartbeat,
Yeah.
you know, to get what I got, even to get a tenth of what you
Yeah.
got, you know. And I say that all the time, that it's completely worth it. So
Absolutely.
Is there anything else you want to add, or anything to say to the other families that are maybe interested in the program?
Well, I can't recommend the program enough. It was our answer, and I think it is a commitment for any family, so I would go into it fully committed. But I would say run, not walk, and get here, because I mean, it's our kids. It's
You make me cry.
I know. Me too.
It's funny because I do this, and I always talk to parents, and they say, have you lived in my house? You know, because so many of us have been through these same things.
Yes.
And we see such potential in our kids, and we know it's there.
Yes.
But we need to know how to get it out. We need to know how to make them, you know, succeed, and make them do that, and they can. There's nothing saying that these kids
And I knew that. You know, your mommy heart tells you there is an answer, and you look at your kids and you see their potential, and you know they're in there. And after I talked to you and heard you say, you know, that you did this, and you know, you can testify as a mom, and that was it for me. That's all I needed to hear, is that you have walked in my shoes, you've been there, you've done this. Then I knew that, you know, this was it for us.
Yeah, and it's been awesome for all these families to have that, and have other moms that we're all here together,
Tons
helping
of
each other,
support, emotional support, physical support, you
play
know,
date support, meeting up at
recipes,
the park.
because the diet was a challenge,
Yeah.
but at first, but then I don't even think of it as a challenge.
Isn't it funny? Yeah, it's just life, and it's the way that we live, and we see that our kids are eating
we would
healthy,
never want to go back to what, you know, we were doing.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. We're so excited for you guys,
Thank
and
you.
we know you'll come and visit all the time.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and basically, if there's families out there that want more information on this program, you can call us here at Brain Balance St. George. Number's 435-627-8500. You can see us on Facebook at Brain Balance St. George. Our website's brainbalancestgeorge.com. So you can find out any information, call and talk to us, and we'll have plenty of moms that are willing to tell their story as well. So thanks a lot for joining us.